Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. Today we want to take a look at Stephanie versus Frankfurter, who is a German clan and who invited me over to see their war against Stephanie. One more thing which I have to highlight as well, since this video is not about drama or whatever, it's all about just showing a couple of nice fights from Frankfurter against them. Is that the Stephanie clan is kind of like the second or the third clan. I don't know, maybe someone knows and could comment that down below in the video. But I think the first clan of the Stephanie accounts are actually Trunkgok, who is really far high up there, not only on the leaderboards and like trophy, but as well in the clan league. I think they're near to the top 10, if not even in the top 10. So they're really good over there as well. But yeah, like I think it's gonna be the second clan or something like that. And this is who they faced. And let's take a look at a couple of nice attacks. And let's take a look at a couple of reasons why you should go for Yeti Smash if you do not feel like, I don't know, like if you don't think that you can go for those risky Queen Charge hybrid attacks. Because if you cannot master the Queen Charge, sometimes going for a Yeti Smash is way more efficient. So we will see a couple of different variations of Yeti Smash in this war. And the first thing is, you do not always have to go for this fancy engages or like fancy entries, which means like a Warden Walk, a Queen Walk. This is sometimes not really needed. Sometimes it's all about surprising the defender, which means just getting your things down and starting off with a funnel and then just jumping in. That's all about it. And you will see it a couple of times in this video how the guys of Frankfurter do, like, they're starting off with the siege barracks as a funnel. And the big thing about this, that the wizards, which are coming out of the siege barracks as well, are not only funneling the outside buildings with the P.E.K.K.A. itself, they're funneling the inside as well. This is super clutch in this one, because you can see this entire compartment is getting taken out. And this means all of the Yetis, all of the ranged troops, which means, for example, the Queen, etc., all have to go into the town hall compartment and into the core. And this is key in this attack. And you can see the Hawk Brothers now coming in, and all of the troops are now getting into the base with one small thing which is not going the right way, because they actually went through the wall, which means they're not taking the second jump. But since you have all of the Hawk Riders in there with the Royal Champion, with the Yetis and everything, it doesn't really matter. Even though there's not like too many troops around the Queen, she can still take out the enemy scatter shot, which is key for the back end of this base. So let's take a look at how this will wrap up, because he still has his Hawk Riders, his king is jumping over the wall, so this means the jump spell is not entirely wasted, and this means he has still access to the last compartment as well. One freeze left, really nicely done with the freezes, that he waited for the freezes to place them, and this means this is going to be a 3-star, really nicely done. And like I said, you do not always have to do those fancy entries, etc. This was kind of like a simple entry with like one P.E.K.K.A. on one side, siege barracks on the other side, and then just everything in. Like, your attacks do not need to be pretty, right? It's all about that you get those 3-stars in, and that's what matters, and that's what the crazy, I can't really say that on see that right now, crazy gamer, I think, got this done. So nice job to him. But I think we have a couple of more attacks to go we want to take a look at, and let's see what they're going for next. I already told you guys that it's going to be most likely Yeti Smash, because like I said, it's like a pretty easy strategy to execute, but at the same time it's so efficient. Like, if you're saying like right now the Queen Charge hybrid is the strongest army in the game, I'm not really 100% sure if that's true, but it's close. Like, Yeti Smash and Queen Charge hybrid are really close to each other, so those two might be the best together. And I think Queen Charge hybrid, even though it's not too hard to execute, you still need to find an opener. And I think that's the most difficult thing about the hybrid, is that you have to find a Queen Charge which is getting the value, and at the same time is creating the pathing for your hybrid later on. If you cannot find that, Yeti Smash is way easier, and it's most of the time like an easy way to, like an easy strategy to fall back to. And you can see over here, Stephanie did not use all of their attacks. They could have made it really close, because they were only one triple behind. Both sides did a lot of 1-stars, and this is one quick reminder of me. If you guys playing in the Claymore League, you should concentrate on always going into the town hall, for example, or have a safe option to secure the town hall. For example, the first attack we saw, this guy went into the Town Hall, which means the first star is secured, and the second star is pretty easily secured as well with the percentage. So it's key right now, especially if you're in like Champion 2 or below, that you're not getting those 1 stars. For example, in Tribe this season we had 0 1 stars, which is really clutch for us, because this means those triples are even more worth it. For our example, the Frankfurters, I don't know why I pronounced it that strange, it's German, so it's Frankfurters, right? But either way, they got 3 triples, but since they had 3 1 stars as well, it was only 30 stars in the end. And this means they're kind of like getting away of the potential they actually have. And I think this is the key thing you all should think about when you go into the Claymore League. Those really safe 2 stars and then the option for 3 stars, that's the really important thing. But let's take a look at the next base, and this is going to be once again Yeti Smash. And once again, not a fancy entry like Siege Barracks on one side, on the other side 1 P.E.K.K.A, and then just everything in. And you can see it's working, right? Like if you're getting 3 plus triples every single war, and at the same time you're getting no 1 stars overall, that's every single time 33 stars, which is for most of the clans not too bad, and which means you should be not too low in the rankings. For sure you should be in your set, like you should keep the position in your current league. And yeah, for Frankfurters in the end it was even close to get promoted to Champion 1. So either way, let's take a look at this one, because it's already nearly over, and you can see what is the key on this one is that the main squad, like the Yetis and everything, are tanking for the Royal Champion, and now the Royal Champion is coming in to take out a couple of more Tesla. At the same time, we see on the right side this big group of troops coming around, going for the Tesla farm. Meanwhile, the Queen is in the core, can use her ability really soon still to get a bit of more value. But either way, the Royal Champion is key in most of those attacks, which means if you're going for Yeti Smash, it's key to time your Royal Champion. Do not send her in like right away. You can send her with a main squad, that's no problem, but try to delay her a little bit like this guy did, because the reason for that is otherwise it might happen, if it's a bit unlucky, that some defenses target your Royal Champ kind of early on, and if you wanted to triple, you need your Royal Champion to stay alive for as long as possible. This is like the key to most of those triples in Yeti Smash, because she's so damn strong. She can like jump around the back end, around the Yetis, and at the same time the Yetis are tanking. This is the key about the Yeti Smash most of the time. So I think we should take a look at one more attack. And this guy is using the Yeti blimp with the Yeti Smash as well. And this is a really nice attack actually. And you will see once again he's using the Earthquake and the Jump Spell. The reason why the Earthquake right now is so strong, especially in the Claymore League, is because most clans in the Claymore League, especially when you're not in like Champion 1, are copying bases. Most of them are not built on their own. They're copying bases of qualifiers, YouTube videos, etc. And most of those bases are not built against Earthquakes yet. The reason for that is that you need to have specific core structures to make sure that the Earthquake is not getting too much value. For example, on this one, he's getting the entire base open, like the Inferno Tower at the bottom, the Eagle, the scatter shots, etc. Everything is open, so this is like clutch more or less for this attack. At the same time, he did not open up the 6 o'clock Inferno Tower, but well, he has the Royal Champion, and this is like his plan to delay the Royal Champion this time. What is he doing next? He's deploying a lot of troops in the beginning. I think he could have sent in the Yeti's blimp a little bit earlier as well, but I mean it's totally up to him, and in the end he did triple, so it's right. And you can see once again everything which did this Earthquake opened, so this is really important. And now he took out the enemy clan castle early, which means he can use an early tome to make sure that he has access to most of those defenses, and then like I showed you guys in the back end the Royal Champion to make sure that everything is getting cleaned up. And you can see as soon as the single Inferno Tower is taken out, he will start with his Royal Champion. Now as soon as he's getting close to the 50% mark, like already a little bit above the 50% mark, he's starting off with this Yeti blimp. And something which I already told you guys is, even if there are other defenses than only the Town Hall, on your Yetis, on the Yeti blimp, you will still be able to take out the Town Hall. This is really clutch, because I see so many players always dropping a rage on the Yeti blimp, even if it's not needed. Like, why would you use a Yeti blimp with an rage if not an rage is needed, right? So especially when you're doing kind of expensive attacks like those jump into earthquake, a lot of your spell slots are already used, which means if you can save some rages somehow for your Yeti smash, that's even better. So this was perfectly timed. The last cannon is getting taken out by the Royal Champion. Meanwhile, the Royal Champion is getting taken out as well. But there are too many Yetis still alive. The Queen is still alive, and this means this is going to be another triple. So once again, a huge shout out to Frankfurter for letting me in. It was nice to see them war against the Stephanie clan. Once again, I want to highlight this. This is not the main clan of Stephanie in the Clan War League. I think the main clan is going to be Trunkok or something like that. And they're really high up there as well. So this is going to be fun. Whether they will, I think in one of the interviews they said that they want to actually compete in the ESL. Will be fun to see if they can make it over there. Because I think so far they're not too close to that. I think they're a little bit lower than we were with Tribe. So yeah, let's see what the future might bring. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you would like to see some more attacks of mine, check out today's live stream. It's going to be in German, but either way, if you want to see some live attacks, it's going to be fun nonetheless. So see you guys in the next one. Until then, bye bye.